like that reading about Jesus going to the mountain to pray before he chooses the apostles. Kind of reminds us, as that little reflection Renee sent around this morning. We all need to spend special time in prayer, particularly before a big decision, which, of course, choosing the apostles was a big decision. It's affected the course of history. But also that if Jesus needed to take time to pray, how much more the rest of us? And I personally find that this time that we pray together, when the bishop's here, when we have Mass, it is a time for prayer. But this is also a time for prayer, and it's a special time for me because I think I miss being with a large community. Usually my daily prayer is just Sister Mary Ann and I make a community, but it's so much nicer when there's a larger group. And you get a sense of church. But the other thing that struck me was in the responses, or the antiphon, the last one for the last psalm says, God sees all men as sinners, that he might show them his mercy. And I think that kind of sums it all up. We are all sinners, every single one of us, in ways we don't even know, perhaps. But that's not something that stands in the way, because God sees us as sinners so that he can show us his mercy. It's like, he's just so full of love and caring for us that the sin is the least of his concerns. We are the concern. And I say that because I need to convince myself of that as much as I do anybody else. It just, sometimes it's like we go around kind of heavy-hearted because we know we should be doing other more important things than perhaps we spend our time doing. And yet, I think what we do is important, or has importance, if it's what we're called to do at the time. The sin comes in whenever it's not what we're supposed to be doing at that time. Exactly. And that kind of helps give me a perspective that helps a whole lot in sorting out what to do and what not to do. I'd much rather do lots of things, but